Take a deep breath for a second. Now imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you wake up. You step out of your bed, and something feels different. Your legs feel lighter, stronger, almost electric. You walk to the window. You see cars moving outside, and suddenly you feel it. You can run faster than all of them. Not a little faster, not double. Faster than a cheetah, 70 miles per hour. Now pause before you celebrate. Before you imagine becoming the fastest athlete in history, let's slow this down. Because what sounds like a superpower might actually become your biggest problem. First, let's understand what 70 miles per hour really means. That's over 110 kilometers per hour. The fastest human ever recorded, Usain Bolt, reached about 27 miles per hour at peak speed. And that lasted just a few seconds. A cheetah? It can hit around 60 to 70 miles per hour, but only for about 20 to 30 seconds. Even the fastest animal on land cannot maintain that speed for long. So if you, a human, suddenly had that ability, what would happen? Let's talk about your body. Your bones were not designed for that force. At 70 miles per hour, every step would hit the ground with massive impact. Your knees, ankles, hips, they absorb shock even at jogging speed. Now multiply that by almost 3 times Olympic sprint speed. The pressure would be extreme. Your muscles would need explosive power far beyond normal human biology. Your heart would have to pump blood at an incredible rate. Your lungs would struggle to keep up with oxygen demand. In short, you wouldn't just need speed. You would need an entirely redesigned body. But let's assume something else. Let's imagine your body magically adapts. Stronger bones, more elastic tendons, super efficient lungs. Now things get interesting. Because speed changes everything. You could cross a city in minutes. A 10-mile commute, less than 10 minutes. Traffic becomes irrelevant. Public transport becomes unnecessary. Even professional sports would never look the same. You wouldn't just break records. You would destroy them. No one could compete with you. But here's the question most people don't ask. Would that actually be fair? Sports depend on human limits. If you go beyond natural human biology, are you still competing? Or are you something else entirely? Now let's talk about control. Running at 70 miles per hour isn't just about speed. It's about stopping. A cheetah has a long tail to balance and steer. It uses its spine like a spring. Its claws grip the ground for traction. You don't have those. Imagine trying to turn a corner at highway speed with no built-in stabilizer. One mistake, one uneven surface, and the fall wouldn't be small. At that velocity, even a simple trip could cause serious injury. Speed increases risk, and risk changes how often you would even use that power. Now think socially. If the world finds out about you, are you a celebrity? A government interest? A scientific experiment? Would you be free? Or monitored? History shows us that extraordinary abilities attract attention. Sometimes admiration, sometimes control. So the real question becomes, is unlimited speed freedom? Or is it a new kind of cage? Let's compare again with the cheetah. The cheetah is fast, but fragile. It overheats quickly. It needs long recovery times. It succeeds in only about half of its hunts. Speed alone does not guarantee success. Endurance matters. Strategy matters. Intelligence matters. Humans are not the fastest, but we are the most adaptable, and adaptability has always beaten raw speed in the long run. Now imagine something even deeper. If every human suddenly gained this ability, cities would redesign roads, sports would reinvent rules, shoes would be engineered differently, insurance companies would panic, even crime prevention would change. Speed shifts society. Technology evolves around capability. We saw it with cars. We saw it with airplanes. Now imagine biological speed. But here's the twist. Maybe the real power isn't running 70 miles per hour. Maybe the real power is knowing your limits. Cheetahs evolved for speed because they needed it to survive. Humans evolved for endurance, intelligence, cooperation. We didn't dominate the planet by being the fastest. We did it by thinking, planning, building, communicating. Sometimes the most impressive ability is not raw power, it's control. So if you could run as fast as a cheetah, would you use it every day? Or only when it truly mattered? Would you race for fame or protect yourself? Would you trade safety for speed or keep your human balance? And maybe the biggest question of all, if you were given that power tomorrow, would it make your life better or simply more complicated? Because every advantage comes with a cost. Speed is exciting, but wisdom decides when to use it. If this made you think differently about human limits, stay with this journey, because next time, we're comparing something even more unexpected. Human brain versus supercomputer, and the result may surprise you. If you enjoy this kind of deep comparison, subscribe. Not for noise, not for hype, but for powerful ideas that make you see the world differently. And before you go, tell me honestly, would you choose speed or control? I'll see you in the next one.